A company that has refreshed itself so many times over those 18 years has been an absolute joy to watch.
It just engages with local communities, and it's just lovely.
Sort of magical sort of thing, bringing together of different artists.
They're colourful, exciting, and touching on a lot of different strands of creativity, which I think our young people can plug into.
It was the best piece of theatre that I'd ever seen.
I always could trust that the company would come up with something that would be of great quality and would be worth all the investment of time.
A good policy of seeing that they involve other people too outside England.
They would be my dream company to work with, actually from around the UK, and the fact that they're based in the North East is just perfect for us. What I saw then was really, it was about theatre, but the great thing was it was about involving people. So it wasn't just a show, it was about audience participation.
Not to sort of force children to produce something in a certain way, you know, they're very sort of encouraged and allowed to explore their own ideas.
They involve not only few people, they collected the whole of community of that area in which they were, Chumi Valley.
Up in Kielder at the moment, we're running a project up in the forest where children come along and they help to make the whole experience happen.
It's serious issues that come across in a very positive way, and that people can engage at all levels and all ages.
I hope Dodgyclutch, because they are full of surprises, because they're prepared to stretch and involve audience and communities and actually really stretch their imaginations, I hope they'll work with us and work with our schools even more than they have done in the past.
It's constantly creating itself and constantly evolving, because you never know who you might meet, who you would like to work with, and they would like to work with you, and your styles are compatible. And together, the fusion of those two things is what makes it so exciting.
That's what we particularly like, the fact that Dodgyclutch is not just doing the norm, it's actually looking at different ways of reaching different audiences.
We were approached to give some funding, and I went to sort of find out what this was all about, this creation of this wonderful, massive structure of characters from the North East, and that was going to be burnt on New Year's Eve.
I think the most valuable thing about the company is the fact that they've become a bit of a catalyst for new work, because they bring new people into the area, introduce me and others to new musicians and artists and makers, and spark off other ideas.
And it was about understanding a venue. For me, what was magical was that they understood the Annick Garden, and they took advantage of every part of the design of that garden in a way that I thought was impossible, except for me to do, because it was built for this reason, to bring it alive with good theatre.
You know, South African black are like a tree that has got ready fruits waiting to be plucked for those who have got imaginations. And they can sing, they can dance. Dodgyclutch probably saw that, you see.
I was there with me two girls as well, because they got so much out of seeing this sort of fantastic mix of cultures telling this great story. And so as a parent, it was a brilliant experience, as well as just being a theatre goer, you know. But meeting all the people and the whole experience was mind-blowing, really, and experiencing the culture of South Africa and the people sort of shifted me as an artist into somewhere completely different, really, from where I'd been before.
We worked for 3 weeks with the children and the teachers and the local artists and created a celebratory piece of theatre, drawing very much on the themes of the professional show Elephant.
But the enthusiasm that they generated and that they were able to bring to that school and the engagement of those young people, thousands of miles away from Newcastle, was just a joy to watch.
In the summer of this year at the World Culture Summit, we met artists from both Sri Lanka and India, and we're interested in working collaboratively with them.
People still talk very fondly about Dodgyclutch projects which have happened sort of 8, 9, 10 years ago in their locations. And that's the real power of the company, actually. They get under the skin of the place that they work, under the skin of the people, and they leave behind really important memories and skills.
And things like sustainable development are very important to us as a business. And what we think an organisation like Dodgyclutch can do is actually represent these in a more artistic way, which can get through to people perhaps that we wouldn't normally get through to.
I keep talking in Gateshead about a creativity, a continuum of creativity. By that I mean preschool age, right through to people in the Sage Gateshead and Baltic and Gateshead, actually learning and understanding that they have potential inside themselves and they can release it. Things like Dodgyclutch's elephant do amazing strides forward in achieving that for me. I think that's got to be helpful for actually, in terms of our young people here, and indeed our older people, they enjoy it also, to actually just realise the quality of production and performance that is going on in other parts of the world that they know nothing about.
To have then seen that production 4 times and to see how it's grown from a small show in a tent in Saltwell Park to one of the slickest middle-scale productions that I've seen in my career has been an absolute joy to watch.
And of course, it was all the music was live, which is also fantastic to see. And it was a great sort of fusion of everything: dance, music, voice, acting, storytelling. And seeing that production was just one of those occasions where I went, "Oh right, that's what it's about," you know.
I would say that we're a perfect match because their standards of quality are the standards that I'm looking for from performers. And it's quite easy to say that and to expect artists to perform to your standards, and our standards here are very, very high.
We actually see Dodgyclutch as a partner that we can work with. And what we're looking at in the future is how we can work together with them on projects which look at the things which are important to us as a business.
Dodgyclutch will never be short of people wanting to do projects with them. If anything, they'll be just short of time to deliver them.
To try and bring what's inside our young people out. And Dodgyclutch is great at doing that, and I hope they'll do more of it in the future.
I'd like to think that it would lead to a long-term association with Dodgyclutch because there's so much that I want to do here.
Actually, next year is our 25th birthday, and we've been around for 25 years. We've created, I think, a unique style of theatre and a unique style of participatory development. And I'd like to think that we can continue for another 25 years, developing that further, both as artists and as creators of work. Yeah.
All cars that moves in the townships have got dodgy clutches. So that made me interested in this Dodgyclutch. Very important indeed.